Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I do thrifting and everything, and I went to a thrift bookstore and I got a book, and I wanted to read something for you. It's called, well, I'm not going to tell you the name right now. I want you to listen to what I'm reading and tell me if this makes sense. Today's world rejects spirituality, mysticism, occultism, and anything in general that is beyond the typical materialistic paradigm. Our worldview, influenced by society and by the environment, circumstances, and surroundings of our lives, dictates if we live by the prism of sadness or happiness. This worldview, also shaped by our teachers, parents, and friends, by the press and commercial rhetoric, which is constantly bombarding our ears and eyes, by the culture in which each person is inserted. This makes the cultivation of an I can't say the word, an unprejudiced view of reality borderline impossible. An unprejudiced view of reality borderline impossible. So essentially, we are not supposed to think about anything other than the material world. Why? This book is The Art of Occultism. It's by Gabrielle Sarum, and it makes every bit of sense. We live by a world that is constantly making us decide whether we are happy or sad. Not us. We don't get to decide. What decides is everything that's going on around us. When are we going to stop? We go to church on Sunday to learn about how God saves us, right? What do we do to save ourselves? Nothing. We sit there in church and think God is going to miraculously just lay a miracle on our lap, and we don't have to do anything about it. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to change anything about us. He's just going to take care of our problems. No! When are people going to realize that we have to take control of whether we are happy or sad? Now, the other part of this book, actually, I think it was in the other one, The Art of Mysticism, it says that, oh my gosh, let me see if I can find it. Hang on. Okay, I found it. This is The Art of Mysticism by Gabrielle Sarum. Humanity puts so much emphasis on what is physically perceivable that everything that does not conform to one or more of the 5 physical senses is treated as an illusion or merely as imagination. We can't touch God. How do we treat him? If we're not following the practices of Jesus, then we're treating God as if he's an illusion and doesn't exist. And you can see it in our world today. You can see it in how much hatred is in this world today. When are we going to stop? We have got to find a way to stop the bitterness. I watch tarot readings. I actually enjoy them. But I've actually had to change channels on some of them because, not that I'm against them, by no means. They are putting a message out there that they want somebody to hear because somebody might need to know that. But it does put you into a negative thought process. And that's what I'm against. We've got to get out of this negative thought process, because even in this book, in The Art of Mysticism, it states that there's no right or wrong. There's no left or right. Everything is just on a scale that has no limits. As a matter of fact, it had like a little diagram of tall and short and what it meant, and where does tall start and where does short end. There is no set factor. It all is how we process it. And if we start processing this negative stuff that's coming against us in a positive light, then maybe we can start turning it around. Maybe it's not happening for you or to you, it's happening for you. If you can learn a lesson from it, then learn the lesson. Help somebody else who's going to be going through that. That's what I've done my whole entire life. I did mortgage loans for, 20 years, and I loved it because I got to get into the hearts of people. People tell you their stories, and you can't help but feel empathy for them. You can't help but want to fight for them. Fight for the underdog. Fight for the guy that is not getting, fight for the guy who's getting taken advantage of and doesn't know it. Fight for the guy who won't listen. And when they won't listen, then pray and think good thoughts to them. Don't project evil thoughts because you get that evil back. We've got to start projecting positive thoughts. We've got to start feeling love with our heart and thinking from a compassionate perspective if we're ever going to want this world to get this world to change. And I want to see it change. If you guys are waiting for somebody to come out of the clouds before you change, that's pretty sad. Because we all stand before Christ at the end. But he's supposed to be here right now. You guys have a good night.